Thursday's eviction is over, and before we find out who's taking control of the house on Sunday, who wins HOH, I'm going to do a tarot reading with these Emily the Strange tarot cards. I just got this deck and it's really nice. I recommend it. So what energy is coming into the next week? So at the end of the last episode, looked like Haley was pretty surprised and there was definitely confusion. I'm sure we'll find more about that on Sunday, but let's just see what energy is coming into the week, the overall theme. Then I'll be looking at something the house isn't seeing right now, and then what's coming up for Drew, Haley, and Melody, since they were the ones on the block and the last HOH. Let's start with that. So now that the cards are shuffled, we'll look at what energy is in the house right now, the day after the eviction. So we have the Six of Swords, which is about a change. So they're leaving something behind. There's definitely a change up in who has power. There's a big change in the energy. Ace of Swords. So yeah, there's something brand new happening. There's someone in power. Whoever won HOH is completely different from previously. So there's a big shakeup in the house. And these are both swords. So they're both about communication. It means that there's a shakeup that involved talking. There's a lot of talking going on, new conversations, new strategy. People that haven't typically been talking to each other are now talking to each other. Someone who hasn't said much or we don't know much about, I feel like they're the ones who won the power, and they are starting new conversations, new alliances. They're leaving everything in the past. It's like a new game now, and it has all to do with conversations. And King of Cups, so it is emotional, but the emotions are very controlled. The King of Cups is a master at emotional awareness, processing emotions in the best way, the healthiest way. There's no sudden outbursts for anger. The King of Cups has a very healthy way of dealing with their emotions, processing their emotions and expressing their emotions. So it's very emotional, but it's nothing chaotic. It seems like the house is undergoing some big changes that has a lot to do with different conversations that are happening with different people who haven't talked before. And it's very emotional. People are upset, but they're not lashing out at anyone. Instead, they're talking about their emotions. So what is something that maybe people are missing? There's something beneath the surface that maybe the house guests don't know yet. So again, this card is about new beginnings. So this is like a new game almost. This new HOH has just completely turned the game around. The people who are in power feel like they're playing a brand new game. There's big changes and they seem pretty positive, but there's a lot of unknown. This again, 3 cards about big changes. So the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, and Six of Swords are all about moving on from something and a change. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So a wheel is always turning, meaning time is always progressing and there's always changes happening, like a clock. It's always ticking by. We're in a new phase. It feels like a completely different game. And I don't think the house guests feel or realize how much the game has changed. They're maybe not yet processing how different the game is. Ten of Pentacles is a very abundant card. It's about feeling safe and secure and having all your needs met, having more than enough. So there's someone in the house that feels like everything just worked out perfectly and they got exactly what they wanted. They are exactly where they need to be. They are feeling very safe and very secure. I think there's a lot of people in the house feeling a lot safer than maybe they ever have been. I think everyone kind of feels safe. No one knows who's the next target. No one knows what's going to happen next. They all kind of think they're safe, which obviously not everyone can be safe. So they don't know who the HOH is going to target. The house is pretty calm. It's feeling stable. It's feeling secure. It's feeling grounded. It really doesn't seem like there's much drama happening right now. There's still a processing of everything that had happened previously. Everyone just knows that there's been a really big change. However, most do feel like it's more of a positive change. So next up, we have a card that is going to represent Haley, who was the previous HOH. And this is 9 of Pentacles. So I think she's feeling pretty safe. I'm actually really surprised about this card. I wouldn't think from her face at the end of the episode, she seemed pretty shocked, pretty confused, and I don't think she seemed happy. So this card doesn't say that she's happy, but she's feeling safe and secure. And it's a card that points to being more independent. So you're feeling like you have created this safety and security for yourself. That's how she's feeling, that she's done all the work and no one's helped her get where she is, but she does feel safe. She does feel like she will not be the target. She thinks she did a really good HOH and she thinks she set herself up for the future. Next up, we have Drew, Eight of Pentacles. So Drew feels like he is building something, like something is growing. He feels that he is in the process of making something that is long lasting, that is secure, but he doesn't quite feel there yet. Next up, we have Melody, the 10 of Cups. So she is feeling really emotional, but these are good emotions. These are happy emotions. These are like the kind of emotions you would feel at a concert. Like these cats, they're in a band and there's all these cats cheering for them. They're on stage and everything's really happy go lucky. Everything's fun. Everything's exciting. So she's feeling like this renewal of good, positive emotions. She's celebrating. She feels like she has security, like a secure family or friends. Like she has the stability. All these cards are really about stability and feeling grounded and safe and really good, positive, happy emotions, which I'm really surprised because I would not expect this at the end of that episode. Okay, what do we need to be looking out for? What do we as viewers need to watch for next week? The Knight of Swords. So this is about someone telling the truth, someone being really sharp and kind of sharp with their tongue, like quick-witted. They have an answer to everything and they're really snappy. They're kind of going to shut down something that's being said about them, or they're quick to like cut through the confusion. They speak directly into the point and they're very blunt. They let you know what they think without holding back and without considering maybe your emotions or without considering empathy. They're not compassionate. They just go straight for what they want. So there's someone that's going to be acting like this, talking like this. We don't know who it is, but that's something that us as viewers, we should look out for in the next episode. This person who is talking like this is going to be a major player, or there's going to be some shakeup by someone being very direct and blunt. So let's look at what major turning points or what we can expect before the next eviction. We have the Four of Pentacles. So there's going to be very like, kumbaya, like everything's good. So I think it kind of summarizes everything I've been saying, that the house is very secure, safe, grounded. They're feeling like they're working together. Everyone feels very safe and supported. So I don't think we're going to know who the target is, or at least the house guests aren't going to know who the target is. And there's going to be someone, this is the King of Pentacles. This is a king. This is a very strong leader, a powerful force who is making everyone feel very safe. This doesn't mean it's a man just because it's a king. It could be someone with more masculine type energy, someone who is approaching the situation or their strategy is very strong, grounded, secure, which are words that keep coming up. So someone is making everyone in the house feel like they are protected, that they are safe. I think that whoever the HOH is really on everyone's side. So I don't think maybe they don't even know who their true target is yet, or the other house guests have no clue who they're going to target. Everyone individually feels safe. So it's going to be a shock to who gets put up. The HOH is making everyone feel like they are not going on the block. Page of Swords. This is again conversations. There's a lot of communication. Whoever the HOH is telling everyone that they are safe. They are starting a lot of conversation. A lot of these themes keep repeating. We have a lot of swords and we have a lot of pentacles. We don't have any wands. So swords symbolize communication, how the things we say, the things that we think. So there's a lot of strategy happening, a lot of conversations, and pentacles represent security and physical, tangible things. And then we have major arcana cards that both symbolize a big change. So I think there's a big shakeup. It's a very different vibe, the household, and everyone feels pretty good. But everyone also knows that there's been a big change. This is a new direction that the game is going in. This HOH is shaking things up by speaking the truth, speaking bluntly. There's those conversations happening that are very to the point. There aren't that many questions. Everyone knows what's going on, and most people feel pretty safe. So I wonder who the HOH is. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you. Where do you think these predictions are wrong? Where do you think they're right? What do you think this means? Who do you think sounds like the HOH is? And who do you think will be nominated? I'm surprised there wasn't more in the cards about the shock that Haley was experiencing. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.